Hey YouTube, this is Sludgeball. This will be my 2011 Extreme Rules review. I'm going to give you guys match results, highlights, and where will this lead in the coming future, next pay-per-view, next few episodes of Raw/SmackDown, so on. Anyway, this was a very interesting pay-per-view. 3 new champions out of 4 title matches, which was pretty unusual considering there were none last pay-per-view, which was WrestleMania. So anyway, and if you look at all the matches, all but one match faces won. The only match that the face didn't win was when Michael Cole and Jack Swagger won that match, but I'll get into that later. Anyway, the match that started off Extreme Rules was a last man standing match, Randy Orton versus Jack Swagger. Now, Randy Orton versus CM Punk. Why did I say Jack Swagger? That's a stupid thing. Anyway, let's get on with it. This was a pretty good match. This really heated up really early and then dropped back. It was like up, then down a bit, then back up, and then down, and then finished up there, which was quite good. Match ended up being about 20 minutes long. It looked at one stage was only going to be about less than 10, with some of the moves that CM Punk was like showing, which was good. It showed CM Punk's like dominance that he can show in the ring. Anyway, before the match even started, you had the Raw general manager beep in and say that this is a match between CM Punk and Randy Orton, so no members of the New Nexus are allowed at ringside, so they had to leave. So it was just CM Punk and Randy Orton in the same ring. This picked up straight away. You had CM Punk getting some kendo sticks out and hitting Orton, and then that would counter. Orton would counter and then start hitting him back. And then yeah, after a few counts, then Punk started to dominate again, and then the tables would turn, and then Orton started counter, and then it picked up again when CM Punk went through this like rage where he just completely dominated Orton for a good 2 to 3 minutes, and Orton was getting up at the count of 9 and then falling back down. So you had at one stage Punk put a chair around Orton's head, and then pushed him into the steel ring post, and yeah, but he still got up, Orton, count of 9, using that apron, and then it started to fall back into the thing a bit, and then you had CM Punk put a chair up on the in between the 2 turnbuckles, but that was only to be Punk's error, as Orton saw that and then threw Punk through the chair, and like he hit him on the got him on the shoulder, but Punk got up at the count of 8 or 9. The match ended when they were both up on the top turnbuckle, and Orton hits the RKO from up on the top turnbuckle, which was a pretty awesome move, and then CM Punk couldn't get up from that, so yeah, Orton was your winner. This will be the end of this feud for now. I don't know. I don't see where CM Punk is heading at the moment. Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch. I know Orton's probably gonna get into a feud with someone on SmackDown. So yeah. Anyway, next match you had the unannounced United States Championship match, Sheamus versus Kofi Kingston. Teddy Long announced this on the night. It was a tables match, and Kofi Kingston's bringing the United States Championship to Raw, as I thought. I said on my preview that if this were to happen, it would be on either Extreme Rules or on Raw the next night. Excuse me. So yeah, it was slow as usual to start, and then they started utilizing the tables. Sheamus went to like get Kofi Kingston through a table, but Kofi Kingston counters, and then Kofi Kingston Irish whips Sheamus into a table, and then he's laying there, and then Kofi Kingston goes for like this big jumping leg drop, and Sheamus counters, but luckily Kofi Kingston gets his feet on the ring on the ropes and misses the table. And then you had one table situated in the announcer's table side, and another table situated on the entrance side. Excuse me. So on one side you had Kofi Kingston on the apron, and then Sheamus hits the bro kick, and then instead of Kofi Kingston going through the table, Kofi Kingston jumps over the table and lands on the mats, which was good. And then on the other side, when Sheamus was on the apron, Kofi Kingston hits the Trouble in Paradise, and Sheamus just drops instead of going through the table. But then Sheamus gets back up, and then Kofi goes up on the top turnbuckle and does the leaping leg drop and gets Sheamus through the table. So Kingston is your new United States Champion. This is good for him. It was a bit unfortunate that he lost the Intercontinental Championship without defending it earlier this year. So yeah, good for him. And they needed the championship back on Raw, well, a mid-card championship. So anyway, next match was the Falls Count Anywhere match, which was Rey Mysterio versus Cody Rhodes. Rey Mysterio gets the win after I'll tell you later, but yeah, at one stage you had them at the entrance, and you had Rey Mysterio hit like that leg drop move that he does on Rhodes, and hit like land hard on that like concrete, whatever the concrete they call it. It's probably padded because you can't really see it. Anyway, then they go through the audience and then go up into the buildings, and then they do like some stuff there, and then they come back. Like Rhodes is like leading Mysterio back into the ring, and then Rhodes, fully aware of it, Mysterio is going to like attack Rhodes, but quickly counters and like does like a scoop slam or something. Yeah, scoop slam onto the mats on the other side of the security barricade. And then Rey Mysterio has Rhodes set up for the 619, and quickly rolls up his shorts to expose that knee brace. Rhodes has enough time to counter and counters. And then the match ends with, I don't know how, but Mysterio's got gets water in his mouth. And then when they're up on the turnbuckle, Rhodes goes to use that master headbutt, and Mysterio spits water in his face, which catches Rhodes off guard. And then Mysterio hits the 619 plus, and then that springboard headbutt. 1, 2, 3. Mysterio, your winner. This feud is now over as well, as they're both separating on different shows. This will lead for Cody Rhodes, maybe a feud with Randy Orton at this stage, or maybe he'll get into the World Championship spot. But he's one of the there's a few contenders on SmackDown that I think should win the Money in the Bank. He is probably in my top 2, behind what's his face? Jack Swagger's not there anymore, but yeah, he's my top pick now. So yeah, that match, and now the stupid match, King and JR versus Cole and Swagger. Not really gonna waste my time. It's a country whipping match, which means they have belts and they just whip each other. So a strap match without the strap rules. You win by a pinfall or submission. However, the match ends when JR goes for the ankle lock on Cole, and then Swagger quickly comes out and attacks JR, and then Cole counters and gets a pin, and I don't know where King was. King was probably having a burger down in the behind the ring, and yeah, Cole gets the win, a clean win. He didn't cheat to win, he just countered and get into a pin. So yeah, it was pretty weird that Cole won again. Like, thought the idea of this was to Cole to get beaten and then he'll shut the fuck up about this. But no, I don't see where this is going anymore. Hopefully this ends. If not, it should end up over the limit, where hopefully Cole gets his ass kicked. Anyway, the next match of the night, the Divas match. Layla versus Michelle McCool, and a loser leaves WWE match. If you're unaware, there are WWE knowing wrestling sites saying that Michelle McCool is going to be leaving the WWE, which was the reason behind this match. And they were correct. Layla ends up winning the match, but that's not part of it. Mainly, it's the debut of Kharma. Now, hence the name Kharma. You had if you don't know what karma is, it's what goes around comes around. So what Michelle McCool's been dishing out to every other diva in the locker room, karma's come out and delivered it back to her. So I'm not sure where karma is gonna go with this, but hope she's gonna be dishing out stuff to the divas that have been dishing out stuff to the other divas. So anyway, next match, I'm not really going to waste time with that. Anyway, the World Heavyweight Championship match, the vacated World Heavyweight Championship match. Christian versus Alberto Del Rio in a ladder match. None of these superstars never won a World Championship. So this was a pretty exciting match for me. I was kind of sidetracked through this, so I didn't catch most of it, but they were really utilizing the ladders this match very well. It was a very long match. It was like 20 to 25 minutes. Yeah, you had a few good spots. You had at one stage you had Christian ready to climb the ladder, and he's got his hands on the championship belt, and then Brodus Clay pushes the ladder out of the way, and Christian's still holding onto the belt up in the air, but then Brodus Clay throws Christian back down in the ring, and then at that point Del Rio comes in and starts climbing the ladder, but then you hear a beep beep, and then there's Edge in his Jeep Hummer, and he's calling out to and Del Rio's what the hell, and then Christian comes from behind and pushes the ladder out and hits Brodus Clay, and then Del Rio and Clay are just lying out on the mats, and then Christian's walking up to win his first World Championship with Edge watching by. Now, I didn't think Edge would interfere, but he interfered. It's my mistake. So, yeah, Christian wins the World Heavyweight Championship match. Now, where does this lead? See, this is now funny. Now, they're going to have to start a brand new feud with Christian, and my guess is now Sheamus. Sheamus is the man now to keep the feud going, because you got other like Cody Rhodes, who maybe he can get into it a bit later on in the year, and Wade Barrett's still got the Intercontinental Championship, but hopefully he can lose it so he can start feuding. And obviously you got Randy Orton, but you can't have a face-and-face match. So yeah, good for Christian. Del Rio was on Raw anyway, so it was a bit of a no-brainer that who was going to win. Anyway, next match of the night, that unannounced tag team match. And it's not against Gabriel and Slater anymore, it's against Wade Barrett and Ezekiel Jackson. I went and got myself something to eat, and I was halfway through the match. When I started watching the match, it was when Ezekiel Jackson and Kane both clotheslined each other. And then, Ezekiel Jackson was showing his strength. Did a suplex to Big Show, and then like Jackson's like showing off his strength, and then Wade Barrett taps in to Ezekiel's surprise, and then Barrett goes for waist slam, but like Big Show counters into a choke slam and they lose. So yeah, once again Wade Barrett loses for him. He's meant to be the best wrestler in core, and he's losing all the matches. Like, why can't he like? Hopefully let's break up, and because out of those 4 wrestlers, there are 2 that have got potential, and there are 2 that can like go alright. The potentials are Gabriel and Barrett, and they're the ones like doing the bad stuff, and like Jackson and Slater, they can be developed into good wrestlers, but at the moment they're not being shown as good wrestlers. Like Barrett's the Intercontinental Champion, you're showing him losing, like making him a fool of himself. Like, anyway, I'm not gonna rant, even though I probably did. Last match of the night, WWE Championship, triple threat, triple steel cage threat match. Triple threat steel cage match. Man, I'm so tired. The Miz defending against John Morrison and John Cena. A lot of Johns in there. Long John. That's a shit joke. Anyway, this was another very long match, which was good. 20-25 minutes again. Straight from the start, you had the Miz trying to escape. At every stage, Miz was trying to escape the cage. At one stage, you had John Cena hit the STF on the Miz, but the Miz was crawling his way out of the door, and he's got half his body out. So that Cena pulls him back in, and then Cena tries to get himself out of the ring, but gets pulled back in, and then you had all 3 on one side of the steel cage, John Morrison and John Cena, and then the Miz in the middle, and then John Morrison, John Cena like suplex the Miz, and the Miz lands awkwardly. He lands sort of not on his neck, but like upper back, and it didn't look very nice, but luckily the Miz was okay. And then when John Morrison was going to win, Truth comes and slams the door on him, and then goes inside the ring and starts annihilating all of them. Like attacks John Morrison, and then attacks Cena. Can't remember what he did to Miz, and then escapes the cage like he would in a normal match, and then just walks off. And then the end of the match comes. Morrison got badly beaten, and he was on one side of the cage. But then you had Cena and Miz on the top of the rope, and the Miz goes for a skull-crushing finale, but gets counted into a attitude adjustment from the turnbuckle, and Cena hits the attitude adjustment. Pin, 1, 2, 3. Cena, your new WWE champion. Now, there were hints during the night that the Miz was going to lose it. And they were saying that John Cena hasn't held the WWE championship for 10 months. And they're also talking about how long the Miz has held the championship for, and generally when they talk about that sort of stuff, that means they're going to be losing it, or they're either going to be losing it, or they're going to be losing it that night. And for the Miz, anyway, it was a good reign for the Miz. Hopefully he doesn't have another reign in like 4 years time. Hopefully he can still develop himself into that main event that he can do, which he has been doing. I'd say this is probably a very good reign by the Miz. He'll get the title sometime this year again, probably towards the end of the year, around Survivor Series or bragging rights. Anyway, overall, give it like an 8.5 to 9. Yeah, if they didn't have that whipping match, because that was a waste of my time, I'll probably boost it up to a 9, but I'll give it an 8.5. So yeah, I'm Sludgeball. See ya. Oh, and make sure to subscribe up there and comment how you think the pay-per-view went. Uh, um. So yeah. See ya.